Now I'm going to tie this into, I didn't want to talk about this, Richard, but we saw the news, right? And I'm just going to tell you my perspective, and it's going to kill it one time. The law doesn't change my heart, whether it's for the church or against the church. The law doesn't change my heart. I am not scared of what the laws are passed from. I am contending for the promises. There's sin in the church that people need to get real with. There's sin in our community that people need to get real with. But if we distance people, if we reject people on a national level, where are we going to build a bridge for them to cross over? Where we're going to build a bridge in our workplace when somebody doesn't identify with our comfortableness? Are we going to be brave and step in the unknown with them and say, I love you, son. I love you, daughter. You might look a little different than me. You might have different values. But we have a God that calling me to love you and see you after the Spirit. You know why? People that are different frighten people who don't know who they are. I'm not frightened by any law change in the Cayman Islands. I'm not frightened by anything. It doesn't make me love people less. It doesn't make me go frantic on Facebook. In fact, you will not see me sharing nothing, adding nothing, signing nothing. I'm not doing none of those stuff because I'm not going to sign something that God has already given me favor in my land about. I'm not going to contend for something the way that man contends. I'm going to contend it in the Spirit. I'm going to wage war in the Spirit. I'm going to love radically some people that look different than me. I'm going to go after the lost. I'm going to sow a seed in the land to break the yoke of bondage. And I'm going to bless those that curse me. Sounds like a strategy from God. You see, the church, this is where we fall short. We always want to agree with the political spirit. The political spirit says you might say something that might offend someone. The political spirit says we need favor from different stakeholders. But the only person you need favor from, honestly speaking, is God. If you find yourself in a situation to compromise, no, here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm not for the Christian value of the covenant relationship. I'm not saying I'm not for that. Trust me. What I am saying, I'm for God and I'm for people. And people that don't know God make decisions that are contrary to God. And no matter what connection you have, no matter what context you find yourself in, whatever challenges or trauma or drama, you must be born again. And until people are born again, they're going to continue the cycle that they're used to. And if the church has the voice of the gospel, if the church has the good news that those that are far can come near, and we don't connect, God help us. Why am I teaching this message about courage and about leadership? It's because I feel that this prophetically, there's a transition in our nation and we need to see it. The politicians don't have the answer. The spiritual leaders that are between 60 and 70 that hold the coffers of the church, the clergymen, don't have the answer. In fact, this weekend, challenge them to the core. You know what Pastor Dave's doing? In the ocean with my wife. Loving on her. And I was doing? Cooking for Jonathan. Why? Because the Bible says, what is Daniel chapter 8? Verse 4? Or chapter 8 verse 4, it says that when Nebuchadnezzar had a troubling dream, he called Daniel, his chief magician, and said, Daniel, I trust you because nothing wavers your heart. Can we have confidence in God, my people, that nothing wavers our heart? That we see the possible in the midst of every impossibility. Can we be a church that believes for the dry bones to come alive? Can we be a church, whether we know Franz Manderson or Anthony Eden or anyone else, but we know God? And what is God's will in 1 Timothy? That we could pray for all men, especially those that are in leadership. That what? That all may come to the full knowledge of Jesus Christ. You know, when we look at the flesh and correct the flesh after the flesh, we create more mess. But when we see people from how God saw people, it's like, I made you in my image and likeness, and I breathed life. And when we're ambassadors of a kingdom that is not of this world, but is superior than any law, we carry the kingdom. Now, if you have fear over what passed this weekend, I'm going to pray deliverance over you after this, because fear cannot operate in faith. Because if we're operating in fear, we agree with the accuser, and we agree with limitation instead of the resurrection. And we got to believe that regardless of what's happening externally, God is doing a mighty work internally in this nation. He's given us the land, but we still have to fight. Oh, Felix, the law passed. I mean, I'm at Pico getting lunch. The law passed. I'm like, law? What law? I'm so oblivious to it. Not that I'm not aware. I'm more aware of what heaven is doing than what man is doing. I'm more aware that God has given me this land. There's still giants, but I have to contend. So that's all I'm going to say, guys, that my heart posture hasn't changed. We got to go after the lost. And right in the church, people that are of that perspective are going to sit right in our chairs. What's going to happen when they sit beside you? People from that perspective are our family members. What's going to happen when you see them at Thanksgiving and go home for Christmas? You're going to have to hug them. You're going to have to love them. You're going to have to show them the Father's heart that contends for them regardless if they acknowledge Him. That's the Father.